The 4th generation already had a phenomenal start with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. The story, the characters, and the monsters are some of the best they've made to date. And it only got better with the next 2 games they would go on to release. And one of my absolute favorite aspects it brought to us is the legendary group of flagship monsters, the Fated 4. Each one of these monsters, in my opinion, is in a class all their own, and I love each of them dearly. And so for today, we'll start off with the bewitching dancer, the Mizutsune. The Mizutsune is an absolutely beautiful Leviathan-class monster. Its name translates to water fox, and while that is its core idea, they packed so many details into this monster, like the pink membranes looking like sakura petals, its white scales and slender frame tying in aspects of Japanese dragons. Foxes in Japanese mythology are well known for their incredible powers and mystical abilities, shown off by creatures like the Kitsune. And while the Mizu doesn't quite get Elder Dragon level power scaling like the Kirin, for example, although Tempered Mizu is pretty damn close if I do say so, its design is still excellent. For most of the time, Mizutsune aren't a threat at all, and they prefer to avoid fighting where they can. That is until the mating season starts, and the males will begin to fight anything with a pulse as they are flooded with testosterone. The term dancer in its title isn't just for show either, as they slide around when fighting, focusing on speed and evasion using their hooked claws to control their movement. This level of speed is then further amplified by their most unique adaptation. They secrete an oil-like substance from their scales that, when mixed with water and stirred around by their fur, will produce a thick, soapy substance and generate a massive amount of bubbles. These bubbles are their main line of attack and store a large amount of pressure within them that, when popped, act very similarly to grenades. But let's say you're lucky enough to be hit by one that doesn't quite pack that level of firepower, it will still cause more than a few problems for you. The bubble will cover you in that soapy foam and greatly impact your mobility. As you slip and slide all over the place, you're left wide open to attack. A trick to know in the field when hunting them is to observe the petal membranes on their bodies. These indicate the monster's level of strength and stamina. Pink is calm, red is enraged, and blue is weak and tired. Another thing to keep your eye on when fighting them is the color of the bubbles themselves. If they're green, they can heal you, and if they're red, they provide a nice damage buff. The weaponry you can make from the Mizutsune is also just exceptional, with the dual blades, the insect glaive, and the bow being my favorites among them. Fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, the armor of a Mizutsune is based on Japanese wedding attire, and it looks phenomenal. The violet Mizutsune is an excellent rare species. The violet scales and black fur are a flawless combination. And also, can I just say, that music. The Mizutsune is a unique, elegant, and beautifully well-made monster, and Capcom absolutely knocked it out of the park.